So today, guys, we are looking at the brand new DLC for The Alters. In case somehow you don't know, The Alters came out last year and was one of the most unique games of the entire year, and actually one of my favorite surprise hits. It combines resource collection, base building, and even some elements of narrative RPGs with like actual character simulation to tie into a very, very unique game that's unlike anything I've ever played. And 11-Bit Studios, the team behind the game, actually reached out and asked if I wanted to check out the DLC ahead of time so that I could make this video and share it with all of you guys. And I said, gosh darn heck yeah, I would love to, because I love the base game. Bring it on. Twist my arm. So to be clear, they are sponsoring this video. I appreciate them doing so, helping keep the lights on and all of that. Pay for my candle addiction. It's getting pretty bad. But in all seriousness, it's thanks to them that we get to make this video and talk about the game. So shout out to them. If you want to check out the game as we describe it in this video and as I show you how the DLC works and all of that stuff, you can check it out right now. Links in the description box below or in the pinned comment. The base game is 50% off right now, and the deluxe edition that comes with the DLC included is 35% off. Why the heck not get it right now? I mean, come on. But okay, having said that, basically you play as a guy named Jan. You have this massive base that's basically a giant wheel that rotates around, and that's wherein you build your base. It's pretty straightforward. This means that it can move from location to location in the base game to new areas, and as you gain new materials and stuff, you level it up, get new habs, new areas to build it out, new rooms and stuff to unlock further and better gear, etc., etc. But the unique element of the game that really makes it stand out is, as the name would suggest, the alters, the alternative versions of yourself. These aren't just clones of Jan, but these are actual different versions of him. They're alternative versions based on different choices in their past. Maybe one choice in their past would point them in the direction of a scientific career, while others would end up being more of a brute. And then this is portrayed all by the same voice actor with completely different delivery, scripting. They have their own motivations, behaviors, likes, dislikes, and all of this comes into play when you're assigning them to different stations within the base, when you're talking with them. They all have different things that they're looking for and different character arcs, basically, as the game goes throughout. It's really, really good, and I highly recommend you play the base game. In fact, it's 50% off right now. But today we're talking about the DLC that just launched. It's called Last Variable, and it is a 20-hour expansion for the game. Basically, in very broad strokes, it takes everything that was good about the base game, expands it, doubles down on it, adds some new complexity and some unique ideas, adds in like terraforming and all sorts of stuff, and then wraps it up in a unique bow that is separate from the base game. I won't be too specific to avoid spoilers in case somehow you haven't played the base game yourself, which you absolutely should, to be very, very clear. If this sounds interesting to you, you will like it, I guarantee it. But having said that, all you need to know is that the DLC follows one specific branch of an ending, okay? So if you played the base game, you know probably where this is going and how there's sort of an element that's left unresolved. Well, this DLC resolves it, or at least explores it in a lot more detail. To be clear, from the main menu, when you select new game, you can actually load straight into the DLC, but it's heavily recommended that you play the base game first, which I would also heavily recommend that you do, because the DLC is going to jump you kind of in the middle of what would be like the first chapter. Like it's starting assuming that you know the tutorial info, that you understand how the game works. It's not going to hold your hand or do like the slow onboarding. It's going to throw you right into it, okay? So you definitely want to play the base game first. Now, to just describe how this works briefly, in the base game, of course, you played as Jan, and there were a bunch of different variations of him through the alters that you would experience and get to know throughout the course of the game. But in the DLC, you are going to be playing specifically as the scientist after he's been left behind to explore the Oasis. This is an area on the planet that doesn't actually suffer basically a reset every time that the solar cycle plays through. It seems to be immune to the cycle. So it's something that naturally the scientist wants to explore and find out more about. And that means for the DLC, you're going to specifically be altering the scientist with different variations of himself. So as you can see here, I've got Jan the chemist, the biologist, the geologist, and the physicist. And all these guys, oh, that's scary. That's unnerving. Don't like that. Yeah, I'd be frustrated too. And initially I wasn't sure how this was going to work. Like, is it going to offer just a much less severe or like dynamic set of characters? But no, they actually managed to really make each of these guys still stand out and feel unique and stand against each other and against the base Jan scientist as you go through the game. It's really well done. Whoops, I just realized I might have spoilers if I show this stuff. So I'm going to blur that. Thank you, Jacob, for blurring that. I don't, again, these types of games, I love the mystery that's involved with them, and I don't want to spoil stuff because I'm somebody that gets really peeved if I have something spoiled. So I'm very sensitive to it. I try not to. At least I try my best. But I you know, nobody's perfect. But anyway, all of the stuff that you like about the base game is still here. So there's, of course, the like base building stuff and mechanics, but this time it's all underground. So this whole DLC takes place on one map that's actually very large. I'll show it to you in a second. But the base that you're building out is underground, so it's not going to be like changing and shifting as you move from map to map like in the base game. But having said that, it's still plenty big for you to expand as you go through the DLC and change stuff. And there's even some new unique things that have been added here to give it a little spice. But you know what? We got to explore. We got to go and actually explore. As you can see, the map is pretty expansive, but as I mentioned earlier, there's actual like terraforming now. So you can actually expect to change the map as you go through it, which is frankly like really cool. Here's just like a little glance. This is at the end or towards the end of the DLC, but you can just get an idea of how lush and beautiful this can be within the Oasis as you go through it. It's pretty. One of the other unique things that they're doing here is they're also playing around with the idea of like time dilation, of course, but they also specifically have a cryostasis pod basically that Jen will put himself into for each cycle, which means that the altars that you assign to different things, they will be left behind while the cycle plays forward. So as you go through the DLC, the different Jans that you will be altering are going to change and shift, and their motivations may change. Somebody might just straight up like abandon the mission over one cycle because you left them alone and they got upset about something that was said an hour ago. You know, there's a lot of stuff like that that's just really, really cool. And again, makes it so every conversation with these different Jans is important. And it's why, like, as a sort of collection and settlement base building game, the altars is already really, really unique and cool. But when you add on to it this level of like immersive role playing, there's just nothing quite like it. Like, it really is pretty damn cool if you're asking me. And it's why it was one of my standout games from last year. It just was so unique. I haven't personally played anything quite like this, and I dig it. I really, really do. It's also a really good game, like on an airplane or just on the go, because it is based around days and cycles. As you can see here, I only have so many hours in the day. So as I go through like my tasks, as I'm depleting ore veins, or I'm assigning stuff, or repairing ships, or dealing with a solar storm or something, I will, inevitably burn through time pretty quickly. And then it's like, oh God, I'll just do one more cycle or one more day. I'll do one more day and then I'll get off. Then I'll shut the game down because I got to go to bed. And before you know it, you've spent like 3 hours when you were supposed to be making a video, allegedly, playing the game because you just lost track of time. But that's the danger of these games, man. I mean, they are addictive and they are really, really easy to just get lost in. And The Altars is definitely one of those games that manages to let you get lost and just get immersed in it. So having said that, who is the DLC for? The DLC is for people that really like the base game, want some new complexity and some more layers of depth to it. It is very much the altars. Oh no, I'm inside one of them. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm good. That was bad. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's for people that like the base game and want more of it. Like, they are the ones that are going to eat this up, like myself. I mean, it's just the chance to play more and to get lost in it with even more complexity and nuance, because there are a lot more systems at play. There's a lot of unique mechanics that are specific to the DLC that add just another layer or two onto what you already know about and what you are already familiar with, which is kind of exactly what you would hope for from a DLC. You're not looking for them to reinvent the wheel. You just want them to polish up the wheel and give you some new terrain to take it out on, you know? And that's what they do here. They do a really good job of it. But beyond those who just like the base game, this is also a great chance for people to jump into the altars if they've had their eye on it, because again, it's on deep sale right now, so you can actually like experience it for the first time and then go into the DLC once you've gotten through the base game and eaten that up. You can have the total package, you know, why not? It's no mystery, I really like the altars. It's one of the standout games from last year for me because it was just so unique and so different from like anything else out there. I really recommend you try it because again, it's just refreshing to try a game that's totally different from anything that you've played. Like it really is awesome, and I dig it, man. I really like it. So check it out right now. Links in the description box below if you want to check out the base game first and then the DLC, or if you played the base game, you can just jump straight into the DLC from the main menu. It's awesome. Thank you, of course, to 11-Bit Studios for making this whole video possible. And do you guys want like a special treat for the end of the video? I've had my co-host down here since I started filming. Let me show you. Okay, you ready? You ready? This is the newest co-host of the channels. Oh, you're tired. You're tired. This is Freya. Okay, this is Freya. This is baby Freya. She's a little golden retriever. She's Romeo's sister. She's the newest addition to the family. And she has been sleeping so sweetly next to me while I filmed the video down in her crate. And she's doing amazing. Yes, you are. And guess what? She also likes the altars, so you should play it and try it. Oh, you got a yawn? Oh, thank you. Oh, your breath's terrible. Thank you. But anyway, that's going to do it from us. Thank you so much for watching and checking this out. Thank you to 11-Bit Studios for making this possible and allowing me to play the DLC early so that I can make this video roughly in time for the DLC's launch. I appreciate the gosh darn heck out of all of you guys for watching and making my dreams a reality every single day. I know Freya appreciates it too. Yes, she likes puppuccinos. She likes puppuccinos. I have learned. She does like the whipped cream. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I love you dearly. I'll see you in the next one. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.